Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Yeah, welcome my student and welcome to anyone that is listening to me. Our topic for today is going to be compound words. Compound words, as I said earlier, this is in continuation to where we stop on page 342 on the Readers and Writers Notebook. Compound words, as I said, are two independent words put together to give you one word. Sometimes they are related. Two independent words put them together. The one word they're going to give you going to have relationship with the two words. For example, football. It's a foot and ball because it's a ball that is played with the foot, so we call it football. You see? So they come together, put them together to give you one word. So our exercise for today is we are going to make a proofreading. A proofread a letter written by someone or the guy named Sam to his friend Jenny. This letter is infested somehow with spelling mistakes or spelling errors, of which you have to pick out the errors and make the corrections. They circle 6 spelling errors in the letter, write the words correctly, find a line with an incorrect verb form. There is a line here, a sentence that has an incorrect verb form. Write it correctly. Good. Now let's start. The thing here to do, what are you to do if you can proofread, I call it to scan, you scan read, that will be easier for you to save time. So you have to scan what you want. But sometimes you can scan, you cannot, if you are not too clever enough, you will not be able to find the mistakes or the errors. So what I would advise is that you read everything. By reading, you will notice the mistakes. And don't forget, you circle them and write them correctly. Okay, let's start. Dear Jenny, my family take a mountain summer trip to my grandmother's house. There's something, there's a mistake here. But any spelling here, any spelling mistake? Let's look for the spelling first. Any spelling mistake? No, no spelling mistake. Something is missing. My family take this sentence must be in the past tense, and the verb here is not in the past. But this is not the spelling words we are looking out for. So let's leave it for now. Maybe it would be the sentence we are looking out for. Because it said, find a line with an incorrect verb form. But let's go first for the spellings. She lives in the foothills of the Smoky Mountains. The drive, the drive was like a daydream. Daydream, is that the way to spell it? Let me see, let's look, let's check. Daydream, see? There is no hyphen in it. So don't forget, as I told you, if you spell a word that is spelled without a space, if you put a space there, that means you're wrong. If a word is spelled with a space but with no hyphen, if you put an hyphen, then you're wrong. If a word is spelled with an hyphen but you do not put an hyphen, or you put a space without an hyphen, or you didn't put any space, then you're wrong. It must be written how it is spelled. So daydream here is not correct. So what are we to do? We circle it. Let me see, why is it daydream? Daydream, you circle it. Circle daydream. And what you do next is, like a daydream, don't forget to write it on the line. Good, let's continue. Daydream, because it was so beautiful. We couldn't arrive empty-handed. 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 Let's look for empty-handed. Oh, it's disturbing. Let me see. Okay. Good. Yes. Empty-handed. Empty-handed. Let me see. Empty-handed. Empty-handed with an hyphen. Let me see here. Empty-handed without an hyphen. So this is wrong. Here we are living without a space. So you circle this one. Circle empty-handed. And don't forget, where is empty-handed here? Empty-handed. you write it on the line. Good. So let's continue. Empty-handed. So we stopped at an old-fashioned fashion. Then we just spell it. Is it with an hyphen or not? Let's look for old-fashioned. Old-fashioned, 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 old-fashioned. This is old. This. It's the word old-fashioned with an hyphen. Yes. With the spelling. Fashion N-E-D. Let me see. Here is it. S-H-U. It's not correct. So what do? You circle it. You circle it. Good. Okay. And then we continue reading. Old-fashioned country store. It took self-control. It took self-control not to buy many things. It took self-control. Self-control. You don't know to spell it. Let's look here. Compound word. It's a compound word. Let's look for self-control. Is it here? Self-control. With an hyphen. Here, self-control. No hyphen. No space. So this is wrong. So don't forget self-control. Okay. This one. Don't forget to write it. Okay. Then, so when we arrived, my great-grandmother was knee-deep in the garden picking vegetables for dinner. Knee-deep. Two words. Knee-deep. What do you mean? What is it? Spelling here. Knee-deep. This is knee-deep with an hyphen. Here, no hyphen. So this is wrong. You circle it. Good. And to do here, knee-deep, knee-deep, knee-deep. Put it there. Good. So let's continue our reading. Yes. And they say that night we sat around the fireplace. Fireplace. Let's check for it. Fireplace. Let me see. Any word there? Fireplace. Fireplace. Okay, let me assume it's correct. Sat around the fireplace and talked about the folklore. Folklore. Let's look again. Folklore. Folklore here. With an E. Here no E. So which one? This one is right. And this is not correct. So we've got now how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got the 6 words. So now let's look again. Let's look now for the sentence. The mistake say find a line with an incorrect verb form. You remember in the beginning of the letter, the first sentence we had a suspicion. The suspicion where there's take. Say my family take a summer trip to my great grandmother's house. So this is a letter, an explanation that has passed. So the verb there must be in the past tense. So this one should have been what? Took. Took. So what are you to do? You write the sentence correctly with the correct verb until this point. You write it on the line. Yes. So you got the first part of it. Okay. Let me just wipe these things away. Okay. So what are you to do next? We have now to go to the second part. This one. This one says circle the word that is spelled correctly. Write it on the line. You circle the word that is spelled correctly. Simple. Make believe. Make believe. This one is not correct, and this one is the correct one. Make believe. Spell it correctly. You write it correctly. Sunburn. Sunburn without, it shouldn't be without, it shouldn't be with an hyphen. So this one is wrong, and this one is the correct one. Sunburn. And the next word is bloodhound. Bloodhound, it should be one word, not an hyphenated word. So bloodhound, this is the correct one. And the next one is fine-tune. Fine-tune it. That is, it should be with an hyphen. So put it here without an hyphen is not correct. So an hyphen, you can check on the words. You can check on the words beside the given words. Then the other one is great grandmother. Great grandmother must be with an hyphen also, as we saw it before. So we say this one are the correct ones. You see, these are the words that are spelled correctly. So we can have a check. We can have a check. As you can see, the words here. The first one is make believe, make believe, make believe. See? The second one, sunburn, sunburn. The third one is bloodhound. Fourth one, fine tune. And the fifth, great grandmother. So this is all we have for this page and for this session, for this topic also. Thank you very much for listening, and I will happily say goodbye. See you next time.